In Stacking Up today, Scott Bauer, a Trading Advantage, is here to talk about a couple of stocks coming out with earnings this week. Scott, always a pleasure.
Always great to be here.
Let's start with Disney, a popular stock. A lot of people own this stock,
Yep.
but earnings are coming up. What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see earnings tomorrow, and the charts are probably more bullish than they are bearish, but just very slightly here. And the reason I say that is because there's some major support right below the marketplace in Disney. We're trading 95 and change here, and there's some big support from 95 to 94 and a half. So I'm not overly bullish right here, but what I am doing is selling some put spreads and using that support area, that support of 94 and a half, 95 as a backstop here. I'm selling some 95, 94, $1 wide put spreads, 94 and a half, 93 and a half, $1 wide put spreads. And you know what, Angie, if the stock does get hit here, I'm okay buying the stock, and that's why I'm not afraid to sell these put spreads.
You're okay with this stock being put to you?
Exactly. Perfect way of describing that.
Nothing wrong with owning Disney, he says, around $90. That could be a good thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Let's move on to Yelp, also coming up with earnings. What do you think about this company?
So for the longest time, almost a year now, the 50 and the 200-day moving averages from a very technical standpoint has been resistance for Yelp. It recently broke both of those, and now that area is starting to become support. So that, coupled with the fact that, and this is, I don't think, widely known yet, but Yelp did something unbelievable with this whole Pokemon craze. They actually put in their app the restaurants around the country that have Pokemon or Pokemon gyms, and I don't follow it so closely, so I don't know the exact nomenclature.
But what a great strategy.
But if you Yelp a restaurant, it'll tell you if there's Pokemon people there. So I really think, honestly, that is going to play into what they announce in their earnings in terms of traffic, in terms of the amount of people hitting their website. So I'm very bullish now on Yelp. Again, I think from a technical standpoint, that 50 and 200 day is now a good support, much like it was in Disney. The market, the option market, is basing in about a $4.50 move or so, which if we get that to the upside, that puts the stock around 37, which really is some lofty levels. So I'm out there.
You think this stock could pop?
I do.
And it's going to be a Pokemon pop. That could take it up
Pokemon
higher.
pop. I like that.
Okay.
So I'm buying some call spreads. And again, my downside that I'm looking at right here is that the stock it has a backstop from this technical area here just below. So I'm buying some call spreads going into the earnings report. We'll see what happens.
Are you a player?
I am.
In Pokemon?
Oh, not in Pokemon. I thought you were talking about the options. Yes, in the options. Pokemon, not a chance.
Okay,
not
good
a
to have you on the
chance.
show.
But hopefully it helps out with these call spreads.
Thank you, Scott.
Thanks, Ann.